Good afternoon. I definitely could have made it through that late. So it's Saturday, January 21st, 2023. You may have already seen the. I'm sorry if I look haggard. It's the weekend and I had to work. I'm on my way home, so I had to get up extra early. I'm kidding, this is my face. No, I am tired. But I'm on my way home, which is great. If you were following the trials and tribulations of this morning's episode, I decided to start breaking it into conscious 20-minute blocks. I posted it as an hour-long video, but it's actually in 3 sections, so you can watch it a section at a time. I'm going to try to do that with this video as well on the ride home. So I'm going to try to keep this first section to 20 minutes. I'll make a logical break, a pause, or something. But I think it worked out well this morning. I haven't watched it back. I was busy working all day. But it was broken into what I felt were three good sections, 20 minutes each. So you could literally jump to the 20-minute mark or the 40-minute mark, and each one of those 20-minute bits would be a standalone little thing. Not that there's any kind of intense content, but it's a you can just watch those 20 minutes, and it's as if you had watched an hour and a half of me rambling, but condensed into a 20-minute chunklet. For those of you, I haven't checked the comments. I didn't see. I'm not on. Pardon me. I'm not currently on the channel that this video is going to be posted to, so I haven't had a chance to check. It's actually a pain in the neck to switch back and forth between the two channels. I mentioned in another video that I think I accidentally disabled some other guy who has the same name as me, his YouTube channel, and it couldn't reach his phone. So he hasn't updated his channel in years. He probably doesn't use it anymore. I don't know if the guy's. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not going to speculate because I know nothing about him. I know his name. He's got the same name as me. He had a channel with the same name as me. So anyway, when I was trying to log into my other channel the other day, I accidentally tried to log into his channel, and I reset his password. So he's got that going for him. And when they tried to contact his phone, they couldn't reach his phone. That's when I realized I tried to log into the wrong account, because there's no reason they wouldn't have been able to reach my phone. So, oh geez, starting this nonsense already. Guy zipping past me on the right-hand side for no good reason. Oh my God, he went. Okay, I thought he was about to jump back into the left lane. I'm like, why would you be a jerk like that? Is it because you're driving an A4? What are the 4 circles in a row? That's an Audi, right? Right? I sent some nasty grams and some crazy emails at work today. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But what are you gonna do? So, traffic's already flowing better than it has the past couple of days. I was supposed to get some information to my buddy, my viewer, actually, about. I wanted to wait until I got everything from the other guy. Like I made, like he'll laugh when he sees it. I made a quick and dirty logo for him for what he had to do today, in Paint real quick, and it's embarrassingly sophomorish, much like my video channel. So what I'll do is when I get home. No, not when I get home on Monday, because there's no reason for me to send it to you, because the guy never sent me the rest of the stuff. So on Monday, I'll ask the other guys, like, hey, where's the stuff? And he's going to be all like, oh yeah, something, and then he'll give it to me, and then I'll give it to my viewer, and he'll do whatever it is he's going to do with the information I give him. And so goes the circle of life. I have no idea. It's an afternoon tired, and it's bright out, so it's more of a happy tired. I'm exhausted, but I don't care because I'm going home. I never finished the story. So I'm on my way to work this morning, and so I don't The Dunkin' Donuts where I normally stop for coffee closed, and they have a nice little automated thing to tell you they're closed. So I'm like, that's sad. I could have gone around the circle, gone to the Wawa and gotten coffee, but I figured I'll just wait till I get to work. But when I almost get, as I'm getting closer to work, I realize, oh my God, I'm not on the highway, I'm on the back roads. I'm going to be passing another Dunkin' Donuts. So I go to this other Dunkin' Donuts. It's still too early. This one's closed as well, but they don't have that cool automated thing saying that. So I'm sitting there looking like a putz for a few minutes till I finally decide to drive away. So, I'm defeated. But I say, buck up, people. It's okay. Don't be sad for me. I have a coffee machine at work. What you don't know is when I got to work, the freaking coffee machine was broken. It wasn't giving water, so I put the puck in and I didn't get coffee. So that led to a terrible series of events. I ended up getting, because I didn't have time to run to the Dunkin' Donuts across the street. I guess I could have made time, but there's a bunch of stuff I needed to get done. I ended up buying a chocolate milk out of the machine, like the chocolate milk that comes in the vending machine, or any chocolate milk. It's horrible. It's got emulsifiers and stuff, like really thick. It's got 1 million calories, and that just led to an avalanche of me just eating garbage all day. I ate a bag of Funyuns. Anyway, it goes on like this. Some really, really poor life choices made today. And but the silver lining is that later on, I did call the coffee place, tell them it was broken. I didn't expect them to come in until Monday. I don't know what happened. Someone must have wandered in, like it either healed, or someone came in and gave it a Fonzarelli. And I put an upside down cup, and I had intended to go make an out of order sign so people don't keep trying to get coffee. I was even contemplating going across the street to Dunkin' Donuts and buying a box of Joe for the shop. But I came back later, the cup was gone, and I thought that was curious. So I went to try to use the machine, and it worked, and I got my coffee. So there you go. Happy ending. Just like at the Washy Wash. So I was talking to my viewer yesterday, and the conversation may not have made sense. My sense of time, I hadn't posted the video I was talking about yet, and he might not have realized that, and probably because I didn't realize it. We were talking about playing D&D via these videos, and I hadn't posted the video yet or it hadn't posted yet. I can't remember when I was talking to him. Was I on the road? Why was I? Was I talking to him? I had to be talking to him because he was under the weather. I think was I home already? Called him about that thing I was just talking about, but I don't know when. It was either during work or right after work. I don't think it was at home. Anyway, I was talking to him yesterday about the video and playing D&D in different ways we could make that work with multiple people. It could be video response, or it could just be people writing to me. Like, I would set up the scene, and then you would have to explain not just your action, but your intentions, so that if things go well and you're able to do, I'm going to kill that guard, I'm going to sneak around to the back of the castle, scale the wall, and go in the window. If everything works and there's no random encounters that happen or anything like that, I can get you to the next part. Unfortunately, sometimes you won't be able to go any further. You don't know what's through that window. So if you don't know what's through that window, then of course you have to wait for me the next day to say, okay, this happens. You defeat the guard. and blah blah blah. So I think it might be something fun to try. So since I'm breaking the video up into chunklets now, I think one of the chunklets could just be that, meaning that what I can do is, like, let's say I just do 3 20-minute chunklets. Like, one of them could be that D&D game, one of them could just be this vacuous stream of consciousness, me just being very meta with the channel and talking about the channel. Hopefully not. Hopefully I actually do, like, bring some kind of wisdom or jokes or riddles, and that might be it. Like, one of the segments might just be doing that. I was talking about that as well. Like, I love lateral thinking puzzles, and as I said in the other video, I've made up quite a few of my own. The reason I like to make up riddles is because it not that I don't, and it's not a trust thing. I don't care if you Google the answer. I don't want you to be tempted to Google the answer. It takes some pressure off of the riddle-y if you already know that the answer doesn't exist anywhere because I made up the riddle. So you don't have to waste your time Google. You can Google it. You won't find it. I think I did a while ago. I had, like, I think it was before I was doing video night, I was doing riddle night, or somewhere in between. I stopped doing music videos and I was doing riddles for a while. Answering riddles and asking riddles. And that was fun. I don't remember why I stopped doing that. I probably got lazy. For those of you that have been watching the show, I've lamented that my refrigerator and my freezer, my pantry, are getting low. Not an issue. I haven't gone shopping in a while, and I've let a lot of supplies dwindle. So tomorrow, if you're worried about the state of my pantry, I am going shopping tomorrow to restock some things that are we're low on. I've got to contact someone because I've got to let them know that there has been a major change to my bathrobe chili recipe, and it is a huge improvement. I am really happy with the new version of my chili. That's something maybe I'll post. Maybe I'll post the recipe, because everybody's proud of their chili. Everybody gets used to the taste of their own chili, so everybody thinks they make the best chili in the world. I am no different. The difference being, I do make the best chili in the world. So you heard it here last, guys. First. I'm surprised people don't log it. Like, do people not do that anymore? I don't see anybody. Or maybe they get deleted, but it used to be a thing where people would just, like, make a comment on, like, a video or something like that. They would just log in and say first. I don't see that anymore. I miss that. I really need to know what happened with my viewers here. Like, he kind of left it up in the air and he never really answered me. The way he worded it, it sounded like a repairman came and took his heater away, and that just doesn't sound right. Hopefully he'll see this one and he'll correct me in the comments. I kind of like when actually it's good. What are you on about? So it has to do with work and getting going in. Like, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to get done, but it was good that I was there because some things needed to be done while I was there that wouldn't have been done easily if I wasn't. So anyway, I'll leave that one alone. That's actually a conversation I can have with real people at work, not you imaginary space people. And my viewer. one more last reference to work. I send when I work the weekends, I'll send out emails, let them know what's going on, who's working on what, any problems that we're running into, any reasons jobs are going over the rate or things like that. But I title the email Saturday Morning Fun Pit. Ouch. Stabbed myself with a mustache hair. There's a song in there somewhere. How much gas do I have? Plenty. So the wife is taking the kids to the mall today. So when I get home, so what? It's all the garbage I ate. I think I told you I ate like a cheese wrapped in salami, and I ate one of those little. It's like a Lunchable, but for adults. It's got salami, like crispy, round, like bagel circles or something like that. Bag of Funyuns, chocolate milk. Yeah, I covered that. Yeah, gross. I do not recommend. So anyway, the wife is taking the kids to the mall. I've only got one, but we have another one that's somehow got into the family. So she's taking them to the mall today to go to Hot Topic and Spencer's and possibly the Morgue and wherever teens go. What that means is I'll get home, I'll have the home to myself, and I will probably take a nap. I will take a nap for a couple of hours until someone wakes me up. Most likely the cats, who will want a snack, but I am going to go home and take a nap. I hope my buddy's not still under, not my buddy, my viewer. Who is my buddy? I hope he's not still under the weather. But I suspect he is. There's a cocktail of vitamins that my wife forced me to take when I was down with the sickness, and it got me through it really quick. And I'm sorry I didn't mention it yesterday, but as soon as I get home, I will look at what that cocktail is, and I'll either call you or text you in right away. I may be heading into some traffic here. Remember, you're not in traffic. You are traffic. Just a minute and a half left. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite sayings is when someone tries to tell you, like, you know, buck up, kid. Remember, you're made of stardust. Like, like, you know, like you're actually constructed of materials that were forged in stars that were destroyed long ago. You're made of stardust. But the thing is, like, stinky dumpster juice is also made of stardust. So, you know, I don't know. You hear me. So anyway, that is the end of the first 20 minutes. So I'm going to go into silent mode for about 30 seconds until we roll past the 20-minute mark, and then I'm just going to start all over again. Like I said, I don't have it broken up into exactly what the three things are going to be. Today it's just 3 segments of me rambling, but you get the point. Eventually, each segment, each chunklet will have its purpose. So talk to you in about 40 seconds. it's January 22nd. No, it's not. It's January 21st, 2023. This is Chunklet 2 of the afternoon ride home. Starts at 20 minutes into the video, so if you're only interested in specific sections of the video, this is the first time I'm doing that. Today's the first time I'm breaking it into chunklets, so there is no difference between them. But each one will have a different purpose. They'll be broken up. They'll either just have their own thought or theme or whatever, but I will try my best not to carry thoughts over from one chunklet to the next. Each chunklet should be a standalone where you can watch it in its entirety, watch those 20 minutes, and as I said earlier, it's like you watched a whole hour and a half of me just rambling. But fun-sized. Chunklet number 2 is already filled with a lot of dead air. I mean, the ratio of how long the episode has been to how much I've been speaking, like over those past couple seconds, just start to get worse and worse. So I'm going to talk quickly now to make up for all that dead air. It's Saturday. I usually don't get out of work until when I work the weekend. I usually don't get out until much later than this. For some reason, I got lucky. Everybody that was working today decided they wanted to leave at noon. They only wanted to put in a 6-hour day instead of an 8-hour day. I guess some of them put in, we open early. Like, pay no attention to the numbers. Everybody's on a different schedule, but we were open from approximately like 4 to noon. So anyway, I was fully expecting everyone to not leave until 2 o'clock and me not to get out of there until like 2:30 after shutting everything down. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I'm already on my way home. Rocks. My windshield is destroyed. Like, there's what looks like a gunshot in the center of the windshield. I'm pretty sure that's a rock. And then there's a crack on the passenger side. Again, you can't see it from the inside. Again, caused by rocks. I'm on the turnpike right now, but I believe the bulk of the damage that happens to my cars happens on 422. There's just always rocks just kicking up and hitting my windshield and breaking it. And I refuse to repair this windshield until my inspection is due, which isn't until September. So that's how I roll. But I do hate that because of my commute. My car gets pretty dinged up in the front end just from various debris, other vehicles that I hit. No, just debris, rocks flying up on the road, and it just, like, you know, just puts all these little dings and dents in the thing. Like, and I whenever I buy a car, I fall for certain things. Like, they sell you this ceramic coat thing. I don't know what it is, and it doesn't cover anything. It's like guarantees that if your car is dented, as long as the paint isn't affected, they'll fix it. I don't even know. I should look it up. I'm bad mouthing the thing that I paid for, but I'm not even fully knowledgeable of what it is. So I'm going to stop being negative about it because it's probably the best thing I ever bought. It's not. I'm bad mouthing it because I know it was garbage and I fall for that crap. I remember when I bought my pickup truck, they just fast talked me into paying for the etched glass, which was already on there. And I didn't want the etched glass. Like, it's a safety, it's not a safety feature, it's a anti-theft feature. So, like, if your truck's ever stolen, they can say, yeah, that's your glass. Great. I think I paid $600 for the etched glass. The glass was already etched. I'm like, but I didn't ask for that. Yeah, but it's already there. How did I fall for that? I thought I was a brake guy, but yeah, like, that's I think that's part of the MO at dealerships. Is like they really do wear you down. Like, I've experienced it quite a few times, where when I'm buying a vehicle, like the last vehicle I bought before this one, I didn't buy it at a Subaru dealership. I bought it. Did I? No, I didn't. It was somewhere else, and like it was an end of the month thing, and like they told us to come in to sign the paperwork, and it like was this terrible thing. We were there till late at night. Like when we did the final, like when we finally signed the paperwork and got to walk around the car, it was well after 9 o'clock. It might have been after 10 o'clock at night. The lights in the dealership in the lot were off. So we're walking around this car. It was my my blue Subaru Outback, which again, I love the car, but the dealership that I bought it from, I wasn't too happy with. But yeah, it's one of those things where you're just worn down. Like you're just like, you don't care what they're saying. You just want to sign papers and go home. Yeah, so end up making some crucial mistakes. And we've learned. I mean, we have no problem walking away from something. The problem with vehicles is we usually don't go shopping. I apologize for the one eye being closed. I just suddenly have a massive headache right there. We don't go car shopping unless we absolutely need a car, and that's the situation we're stuck in, is we have to buy a vehicle. So we're stuck. It sucked when I got this car because it was during the pandemic. I've mentioned, like, there's a lot of features I would have liked in this car that it doesn't have, but it doesn't matter. It's a car. It gets you from point A to point B, and it's a Subaru, so I like that. Not much that I don't like. Like certain things, I'm just used to the sunroof here, which I don't have, but it doesn't matter. Like I said in another video, like they invariably leak. So, and I don't usually look up like this when I'm driving, so it doesn't matter. The other thing, and I hate to repeat myself, but since I'm already rolling, I've got a lot of momentum here. The rear view mirror, it's just a thin, regular, looks like something you'd go to AutoZone buy and glue to your windshield. My old Subaru had a one with the digital readout, told you what direction you were going, and it had this wire that led up here, and it was just beefier, and it means absolutely nothing. It really doesn't mean anything. Just the aesthetic is different, and I like that aesthetic. So that's about it. I mean, just something I can't get past, of course, is the size of the car, where things are. They're all the same. So there's none of the cars. This is the best one, because it's as close to my old Outback as possible, is because it is an Outback, but the floor is different, and where my foot, this foot right here, sits is there's a thing there that's way too close to me, and my foot is not sitting exactly where I want it to sit, but that's okay. Oddly, I have not gotten accustomed to it yet, and I've had this car for a while. I'm constantly just trying to push it a couple of centimeters that way. It's like, come on, just give me a couple of centimeters. I'm actually making really good time. I thought I was heading into traffic, but traffic's moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. So by far, of the two chunklets of this video, well, 1.5, I guess, at this point, that have been recorded so far, I prefer the first one. I definitely think that has a lot of pros to this one. Like, unless they pull off a Hail Mary, or something really big happens in the next 10 minutes, Chunklet 1 is definitely beating Chunklet 2 by a big margin. This does not bode well for Chunklet 3. It's funny, I now was yesterday's morning video. Yes, yesterday's morning video. I talked about me posting the no it gets confusing. I talked about my zombie story in the afternoon video. Did I talk about it, or did I next morning did I talking about it with my wife? Who knows? Anyway, my point is if my viewer, he's not a subscriber on this channel, he's a subscriber on the other channel. There are no subscribers on this channel, only Zool. I don't remember, the analytics are weird. It's like I think I'm getting views, probably for the same reason I get views in the other one. It just has to do with the algorithm and whatever I happen to title it. You know, there's like dozens of people out there watching YouTube, so they put like things in the search engine, and I guess I show up, and then if you get caught in the algorithm, then you get bounced around. So I think the analytics on this channel are starting to pick up, meaning I'm getting views from other sources. Other than my viewer. And me. Sometimes I look at my videos. Sometimes I edit them. So far I've only edited one. Today I may edit number 2. Whole bag of Funyuns. I was wondering, before I ate the Funyuns, I ate a bag of Funyuns today. I'm embarrassed. Before I ate the bag of Funyuns, I wondered if I had ever had Funyuns before. I really couldn't remember if I had ever eaten Funyuns. And then I ate a Funyun, and I'm like, I've had these before, like a really, really long time ago. I don't think I liked them when I had them in the past. I didn't mind them today. I mean, it's absolute garbage food, but I ate the whole bag. I didn't like them as much at the end of the bag, and that's mostly because I was eating an entire bag of Funyuns. But they weren't unpleasant. I like them. Like I eat onions. Me and my wife thinks me and my daughter are weird because whenever I make food, like if I use a half of an onion, I'll put half an onion in the freezer, and we call it a snacking onion. Actually, we call it a snacking onion because we will snack on it. We'll like just go in, rip a whole petal off the onion, and just eat it. So, you know, it's great to hold conversations with us. Hi, I only eat onions. Yeah, me and my daughter will just snack on raw onions. Not my wife, though. Also, my daughter has the exact same eye color as me. Like that green with the orange in the center. Theory, I probably should have leaned forward and showed you, but I'm not going to do that while I'm driving. Maybe if I remember in Chunklet number 3, I'll if I'm at any kind of stoplight. I know I won't be at one now because I'm on 422, and this, I want to say Chunklet again. This Chunklet ends at 40 minutes, and we're already 35 minutes into it. 15 minutes into the Chunklet. So in Chunklet number 3, there will be a moment when, for no reason at all, I get really close to the camera with my eye, and if you only watch that one, you won't know why. And I'll probably say something like, "See?" And you'll be like, "He's showing his eye and he's saying see. Does he think he's being clever?" And no, I won't be thinking I'm being clever. I will probably explain right after I do that. That's for all the people that watched episode, or Chunklet number 2 of today's episode, and were wondering if I was actually going to do it. And I did it, or I will have done it. Will have had done? Well, after I do it, I will have had done it. I think. Do I have that right? All the English professors in the audience, please tell me if I'm saying that right. And tell me what that's called, like past, present, participle, something. I don't remember that stuff. I don't remember why we learned that. Like I can understand, like when you're learning English. I'm not saying English should be taught as a foreign language to English speakers, but it almost seems like it should. Not in the classic way that you teach foreign language, because that's just the same thing. Like I'm thinking it should be more of an immersion thing, unless you want to go into like those kind of like there should be like 2 English classes. One to teach you to speak properly, and then one like the actual science, the rules and regulations regarding the language. So I just never understood why I had to diagram sentences. So I live near Limerick, and it's funny when we drive up here in the summer, you see the 2 cooling towers with the puffy clouds, the blue skies, and it really does look... Spitting again. Boys spitting. It really does look like the beginning of The Simpsons. Debating whether or not to make more coffee when I get home, and I lost. It's too late, much too late for goodbyes. I may have a beer though. Beer, bed, bed. That's a Simpsons reference. Did you ever see that picture of Margaret Thatcher that has her eyes and her mouth flipped over upside down? They show it to you upside down first, and you can't identify what's wrong with it, and then they flip it right side up, and it's like a horror show. I think that's neat. There's, do I have time? Got like a minute and a half. I'm gonna save this for chunklet number 3. Be prepared for like those seek and finds, or find the 5 differences between the 2 pictures. It's going to be fascinating. I really did have time to explain it. There's almost still a whole minute left. But I'll refrain. I will show some restraint. I don't know. Whatever it's called. I'll talk to you in like 40 seconds. Self-control, that's it. It's the same thing as restraint. Hi, it's me. It's Saturday. Drive home, afternoon, January 21st, 2023. Chunklet number 3. If you've seen the earlier 2 chunklets, or at least the second of the 2 chunklets, which so far has been the worst, I think, of the 3 chunklets. This one's starting off strong, by the way. At the very end, I was going to talk about something having to do with those seek and find things, where, not seek and find, but you spot the difference type pictures, where you have 2 pictures next to each other and you have to find like the 5 or 10 differences between the 2. And before I get into that, like you guys are familiar with those pictures. You stare at them and you either uncross or cross your eyes, and you can see a 3D image, or there's another picture that appears, like, you know, it looks like TV static, but if you focus your eyes a certain way, you can see a whale. Well, it's a similar technique I use for seek and finds. Although I can do them just like anyone else, there's a little trick that I use, and I don't know if anybody else uses this, and I hate to give it away if I'm the only one doing it, but if you do the same thing that you do with those magic images where you see something inside the picture, what you do is you cross your eyes, or whichever way you do it, if you uncross them slightly, but if you make the two pictures overlap perfectly, what happens is the object that's in one picture but is not in the other picture will scintillate. It will kind of phase in and out of reality. It'll have a weird quality to it because you're only seeing it with one eye. So, like, I don't know what your brain does, but it's switching back and forth, and it's at a slightly different angle. So it's two images. Like, it is two separate images because you've got two eyes. So those so if there's a guy wearing a hat, and in the other image he's not wearing a hat, you cross your eyes, you get the pictures to line up on top of each other. I say so that there's one, but you'll actually see three. Just pay attention to the middle image. The hat on the guy will scintillate. It'll look different than the rest of the picture because only half the data is there, I guess. So your one eye is not seeing it. So it's like kind of going back and forth between being there and not being there, like really fast. It's like it's glitchy. You'll see it. Like, try it. It's really freaking neat. And in that way, you can just solve those spot the difference pictures just like that. They all just leap right out at you. The differences, not the big difference. And just like that, the channel, the chunklet. I'm thinking, I definitely need to take a nap first, but I'm thinking about firing up DaVinci Resolve. I think today, with everybody being gone, I'll take a nap first, and then I'll move all these files off my phone. It's amazing. I think I talked about this before, not today, but it's amazing how good this iPhone is. Like, just storage-wise, like the quality of the video. I mean, you're seeing the YouTube version of it, so it's it's high def. I think for some reason I'm not asking for them unless there's a check mark I'm missing. I'm not asking for them to be upvoted to HD, but I believe they're coming out as HD, but it looks fantastic. Well, the Nita video looks fantastic on this phone, and it's the back-facing camera, so it's not even the good camera. So I'm pretty impressed with it, and the storage capacity is phenomenal. Like, I'm doing these videos. I'm doing 2 of these videos a day, and I'm like everybody else. I take all the normal pictures and videos that have nothing to do with this channel, and you know, I haven't even used. Well, I've used, I think, just over a quarter of the phone's capacity, and it's nice to have all that capacity. I'm kind of wondering, is there a maximum length that these videos could be? Like, if I wanted to do something stupid, like get involved in like a Lego build or something like that, something that's going to be a one-day build, could I film that entire thing? Like, could I film an 8-hour build? Would the phone go the whole way? Or is there a cutoff where the video, like, you know, it goes 2 hours and then it cuts off? Or is it just like until you fill the hard drive? I don't know the answer. I could probably look it up. I could definitely look it up. I don't know if I can find it. Right here on this bridge, just before the Metro 100 Diner, which used to be the Hatboro Diner, I got rear-ended a couple years ago by a guy that didn't have a driver's license. I didn't sue him. It wasn't a lot of damage. I was able to. The damage he caused, I actually had on the car for a while. He hit the bumper. It was my last Subaru, and he dimpled it in, like the corner of the bumper. He destroyed, like what I just did, what you saw me do, move over to this lane. I had done it that day too, and that didn't cause the accident. What caused the accident was the guy wasn't paying attention. He was he was busting ass down the road, and he saw everybody at the last minute, hit the brakes too late, and careened into us. The reason he hit me was he was trying to avoid the people that were in the lane that I was already in. He was just doing what he could to try not to hit people, but there was nowhere to go. It's a 2-lane bridge, so he was going to hit people, and he ended up hitting both of us. He nicked my bumper, and he just destroyed the other car. I don't know what happened with them. I took his picture. I took a picture of his license, but I never pursued it. I have to imagine the other people that he hit did, but I do know that I saw him on the road after that, which makes me mad, because there's no way he has a license, especially if he got into an accident without a license, with a suspended license, let's say, because he had a driver's license, but he let me know that it was suspended and he didn't have insurance and blah blah blah. So like I said, I took all his information, because if there was damage to my car, I was going to, pursue him and say, hey, do it. So like I said, the way I fixed it, and it took me a long time to do this, is I just did the hot water trick. So it was a rubber bumper, rubber baby buggy bumpers. It was a rubber bumper, and it was, dented in the corner, so I couldn't force it out. So eventually what I did when I finally got around to it, is I just took a pot of hot water, and poured it on the bumper to soften it up, and I was able to just pop it right back out. It was fine. So if you ever have that issue, I think everybody knows that trick. I mean, it must be a common knowledge thing, because I don't even remember where I learned it. I just know that's how you fix that. So I'm pretty sure it's everybody knows that. If you didn't know that, say in the comments, I didn't know that. And if you don't believe me, say that too, and be really belligerent about it. That can't possibly be true. The paint would crack, blah, 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 bitty, blah. You're full of hot air. Things like that. Whatever you want to say. Really have at it. It's your comment. Do whatever you want. But abide by the community standards. It says that, but I don't know what they are. Are they just general YouTube community standards, or does every channel have its own standards? Because there are some really pornographic channels out there, or bordering on pornographic, where people talk about some nasty stuff. Do they have different community standards? Not that I've ever been to any of those channels. There's a guy out there. He's a power lifter, and from afar, I haven't seen any close-ups of him. I stumbled across it in the past 24 hours. From afar, he looks just like the face, definitely. Body structure slightly different, but the face, from the angles I've been seeing him, he looks just like my subscriber from the other page. And what's really weird is he's got the exact same name. So there's a power lifter out there with the same name as my subscriber. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is from a couple years ago. This could be him. Is this him? He didn't tell me he was going to these competitions. Not that he would have to. I would be surprised if he didn't say, oh yeah, I was in this something junior, something weight something competition. Because he's into the gym. He's not a health nut. He's more of a health connoisseur, I guess. So we're at the midway part of Chunklet 3. It's a tough call. I mean, I'm still a big fan of Chunklet 1. Chunklet 2, I don't know, really bad start. 3 started strong. I thought it was going places, but either the narrator is too tired, or I can't imagine he's out of commentary. I mean, like, he could just ramble on about anything. Like, he can talk about the time on Columbus Day he went to Wawa, and the price on the receipt was $14.92. It was on Columbus Day. I thought that was great. I actually posted it on Facebook. It's like, look at this! I just went to Wawa, and this was my bill. Today's Columbus Day. Look at the thing. That's pretty funny. Another time I went to Wawa, I got like one of those cheese blitzes and some other things, and the total came to $6.66. And the cash register, the person who operates the teller, that's a bank. The customer service professional that was operating the cash register at the time noticed that, and she said something witty, and I can't remember what it is. What do you call those people? What is a person that works at register in a convenience store? No, not a true hero. Not waitress, not teller. I almost had it. Damn it. Just ran past me. You probably saw it. Fabio. Take it up to the... or that cognitive decline we've all been talking about. I've been talking about. Take it up to the register and have the person ring it up for you. Have the employee, have the... Dear Lord. Please, you know the word. Just please write it in the comments. Unless I scream it out in like a minute to win it. Yeah. So I mentioned it at least one video. I liked going to Zern's years ago. Like, I used to come up this way to go to Zern's. Not very often, but I've been there. And then, like, I moved up here and I went to Zern's a few times, and then it closed. If you're unaware, Zern's is no longer there. It's been closed for, I think, a couple of years now. And it makes me sad. It wasn't what it was when it was what it was earlier, but it was still a thing to go to. Like, it was much better before. Like, it's weird. Like, it seems like it got more commercial and less mom and poppy with all the little kiosks and stuff like that. But I still like going there, but now it's closed. Jake's is still open. I don't know what season they're... I mean, obviously they're not open in the winter, but Jake's Flea Market, which is, I think it's down 100 something, somewhere. It's near here. That's still around. And that's pretty good too. And Beards, Beads, Babs, Blake's. There's a stone, there's a rock store, like something with a B. Baba Wawa. Blake's, Beards. Can't remember. I think it starts with a B. Anyway, there's a rock shop up here that's pretty cool too. If you're into crystals and rocks and things like that, they've got neat rocks. It sounds dumb when I say it out loud, but it's absolutely true. It's Blades. Oh, God damn it! What is the name of that place? Baynard's, Babes. I don't know, but it's a rock lab. Like, hopefully I'll remember to put it in the comments. I'll get home, the video will be over, and I'll remember what it is. What are you gonna do? Bays? Is it Bays? Bays Rock Shop? Might be Bays. I'm gonna go with Bays for now. The third chunklet in these three chunklets, it may be the best, not due to the content, but because it is going to end up being the shortest of the three chunklets. And you're just thinking to yourself, how is that possible? We're already 15 minutes into the third chunklet, 16 even. How could it possibly be shorter than the rest? Well, let me tell you, the reason is I actually have to end it right now. So have a wonderful day.